You're listening to leadai.dev, your daily updates on AI development. Today's topic is Anthropic CPO leaves Figma board amid AI design tool competition in 2026. Here's a quick overview. Anthropic's chief product officer steps down from Figma's board as reports emerge of competing AI-powered design tools, highlighting the growing SaaSpocalypse threat to established software companies. Now, let's ask our analyst about these developments. What's new? Anthropic CPO Mike Krieger exits Figma board over AI design tool conflict.
Mike Krieger, Anthropic's chief product officer and Instagram co-founder, has stepped down from Figma's board of directors following reports that Anthropic plans to launch competing AI-powered design tools. The departure comes amid growing tensions between AI foundational model companies and traditional software providers, as artificial intelligence capabilities increasingly threaten established SaaS business models. Krieger's exit represents a significant governance conflict that highlights the blurring lines between AI infrastructure providers and application layer competitors in 2026. The timing of Krieger's departure coincides with internal reports suggesting Anthropic has been developing advanced AI design capabilities that could directly compete with Figma's core collaborative design platform. Sources familiar with the matter indicate that Anthropic's upcoming design tools will leverage Claude's advanced reasoning capabilities to automate complex design workflows, from wireframing to high-fidelity prototyping. These tools are expected to integrate natural language design prompts with visual output generation, potentially disrupting traditional design software paradigms that require manual interface manipulation. This development marks a clear escalation in the AI industry's expansion beyond foundational models into application-specific territories. Unlike previous AI tool integrations that enhanced existing software capabilities, Anthropic's reported design tools represent a direct challenge to Figma's market position. The conflict of interest became untenable when Krieger's dual roles as both a Figma board member and Anthropic's product strategy leader created potential competitive intelligence concerns and strategic decision-making conflicts. Krieger served on Figma's board while simultaneously leading product development at Anthropic. Creating direct competitive conflicts, Anthropic's rumored design tools will feature natural language to visual design conversion using Claude's reasoning capabilities. The departure follows a pattern of AI companies expanding from infrastructure into application layer software markets. Internal sources suggest Anthropic's design tools will target both individual designers and enterprise collaborative workflows. The conflict represents the first major board-level resignation due to AI competition in the design software space.
Thank you for that analysis. Let's move on. Who benefits from understanding this AI design tool competition shift?
Design teams at mid-market and enterprise companies stand to benefit most from monitoring this competitive landscape shift. Organizations currently paying premium Figma licensing fees for large design teams should closely watch Anthropic's design tool development, as AI native alternatives could offer significant cost advantages while maintaining collaborative functionality. Product managers overseeing design workflows need to understand how AI-powered design tools might accelerate their development cycles, particularly for rapid prototyping and iteration phases where natural language design commands could replace time-intensive manual interface creation. Individual designers and design agencies represent another key beneficiary group, especially those working on high-volume projects requiring repetitive design elements or systematic design pattern implementation. Freelance designers and small studios operating with limited budgets could leverage AI design tools to compete more effectively with larger design teams by automating routine tasks and focusing human creativity on strategic design decisions. UX researchers and product strategists will find particular value in AI tools that can rapidly generate multiple design variations for user testing and validation. However, teams heavily invested in Figma's existing plugin ecosystem and custom workflow integration should approach this transition cautiously. Organizations with complex design systems built specifically around Figma's component architecture may face significant migration costs if switching to AI-native alternatives. Companies in highly regulated industries requiring detailed design audit trails and version control may need to wait for AI design tools to mature their compliance and governance features before considering adoption. Enterprise design teams paying high per-seat Figma costs could see significant budget reductions with AI alternatives. Small design agencies can leverage AI tools to compete with larger teams through automation of routine design tasks. Product managers benefit from faster prototype iteration cycles using natural language design commands. Organizations with complex Figma integrations should evaluate migration costs before switching platforms. Regulated industries need mature compliance features before adopting AI design tools.
Great insight. Really helpful context. How to prepare for AI design tool competition. Strategic assessment steps.
Begin by conducting a comprehensive audit of your current design tool costs and workflow dependencies. Calculate total Figma licensing expenses, including per-seat costs. plugin subscriptions, and integration maintenance fees to establish a baseline for cost comparison when AI alternatives become available. Document existing design system components, shared libraries, and collaborative workflows that would require migration or recreation in new platforms. This assessment should include identifying which design tasks consume the most time and could benefit from AI automation versus those requiring human creative input. Next, establish evaluation criteria for AI design tools by defining specific use cases and performance benchmarks. Create test scenarios that represent your team's most common design workflows, from initial wireframing through high-fidelity prototyping and handoff to development teams. Set up pilot project parameters that allow for controlled testing of AI design capabilities without disrupting production workflows. Identify key stakeholders who should participate in tool evaluation, including designers, product managers, and development team members who consume design outputs. Finally, develop a transition strategy timeline that accounts for potential market disruption while maintaining operational continuity. Monitor Anthropic's design tool announcements and beta availability to secure early access opportunities. Create contingency plans for rapid adoption if AI tools demonstrate significant advantages, including team training requirements and data migration procedures. Establish relationships with multiple design tool vendors to avoid overdependence on any single platform as the competitive landscape evolves rapidly. Calculate total current design tool costs, including licensing, plugins, and integration maintenance fees. Document existing design systems and shared libraries that would require migration to new platforms. Create specific test scenarios representing common workflows from wireframing to development handoff. Identify key stakeholders for tool evaluation, including designers, product managers, and developers. Establish vendor relationships with multiple design tool providers to maintain competitive options. Monitor Anthropic's design tool beta announcements for early access opportunities.
That's a very interesting point. Tell us about competitive context. How AI design tools change the software landscape.
Anthropic's entry into design tools represents a fundamental shift from the traditional software development model where specialized companies focus on narrow application domains. Unlike Figma's approach of building collaborative design interfaces with gradual AI feature integration, Anthropic's AI native design tools will likely prioritize natural language interaction and automated design generation over manual interface manipulation. This positions Anthropic alongside other AI labs like OpenAI and Google DeepMind that are expanding beyond foundational models into application-specific markets, creating direct competition with established software vendors across multiple categories. The competitive advantages of AI native design tools include dramatically reduced learning curves for non-designers, automated design system consistency enforcement, and rapid iteration capabilities through natural language commands. Where traditional design tools require extensive training and manual expertise, AI design platforms can enable product managers and developers to create functional prototypes through conversational interfaces. However, current limitations include potential creative constraints imposed by AI model training data, reduced granular control over design elements, and uncertainty around intellectual property rights for AI-generated designs. Adobe's recent AI integration efforts and Canva's machine learning features demonstrate how established players are responding to AI competition, but these solutions primarily augment existing workflows rather than replacing them entirely. Anthropic's approach threatens to make traditional design tool interfaces obsolete by eliminating the need for manual design manipulation altogether. This creates a critical decision point for design teams between maintaining familiar tools with AI enhancements versus adopting AI native platforms that may offer superior automation at the cost of established workflows and integrations. AI native design tools prioritize natural language interaction over traditional interface manipulation methods. Anthropic joins OpenAI and Google DeepMind in expanding from foundational models into application-specific markets. Traditional design tools require extensive training, while AI platforms enable non-designers to create functional prototypes. Current AI design limitations include creative constraints and uncertainty around intellectual property rights. Adobe and Canva's AI features augment existing workflows rather than replacing traditional design interfaces entirely.
Good analysis. Let's continue. What's next? Future implications of the SaaSpocalypse in design software?
The design software market will likely see rapid consolidation as AI capabilities mature throughout 2026 and beyond. Anthropic's design tools represent just the beginning of a broader trend where AI foundational model companies leverage their core capabilities to enter adjacent software markets. Expect similar competitive pressures in other creative software categories, including video editing, content management, and digital marketing tools, as AI labs seek to capture more value from their foundational investments. This expansion will force traditional software companies to either develop competitive AI capabilities internally or risk market share erosion to AI native alternatives. Integration ecosystems will become critical battlegrounds as design tools compete for developer mindshare and workflow compatibility. Anthropic's success will depend heavily on creating seamless connections with popular development frameworks, project management tools, and collaboration platforms that design teams already use. The company's Cloud API infrastructure provides a foundation for these integrations, but execution quality will determine market adoption rates. Traditional players like Figma maintain advantages in existing ecosystem relationships and established user workflows that create switching costs for potential migrants. Long term market dynamics suggest a bifurcation between AI optimized design workflows and traditional creative processes requiring human expertise and artistic judgment. Professional designers working on brand identity, complex user experience challenges, and creative campaigns will likely continue using sophisticated traditional tools enhanced with AI features. Meanwhile, product development teams, startup founders, and content creators may migrate entirely to AI native platforms that prioritize speed and automation over granular creative control. This market segmentation will determine which companies survive the ongoing SaaSpocalypse transformation. AI foundational model companies will expand into video editing, content management, and digital marketing software markets. Integration ecosystem quality will determine market adoption rates for AI native design tools. Traditional software companies must develop competitive AI capabilities or risk significant market share loss. Market bifurcation expected between AI optimized workflows and traditional creative processes requiring human expertise. Professional designers will likely use traditional tools enhanced with AI while product teams migrate to AI native platforms.
Great analysis. So, what are the key takeaways from all of this?
Monitor Anthropic's design tool beta announcements and secure early access to evaluate competitive advantages before market launch. Audit current design tool costs and workflow dependencies to establish baseline metrics for AI alternative comparison. Develop contingency plans for rapid AI tool adoption, including team training requirements and data migration procedures. Create test scenarios representing common design workflows to objectively evaluate AI tool capabilities against current solutions.
And what market signals should our listeners watch for?
SaaSpocalypse acceleration in creative software. Krieger's departure signals that AI foundational model companies are moving beyond infrastructure into application layer markets more aggressively than previously anticipated. This trend threatens traditional software companies across creative industries, not just design tools. Investors should expect similar competitive pressures in video editing, content management, and digital marketing platforms as AI labs leverage their core capabilities to capture more value from existing foundational investments. The speed of this expansion suggests traditional software companies have limited time to develop competitive AI capabilities before facing significant market share erosion. Board governance conflicts in AI competition. The first major board level resignation due to AI competition highlights growing governance challenges as AI companies expand into adjacent markets. This precedent suggests other dual role executives at AI labs and traditional software companies may face similar conflicts, potentially disrupting established business relationships and strategic partnerships. Companies should review board compositions and advisory relationships to identify potential competitive conflicts before they become problematic. The incident also demonstrates how rapidly AI competition is evolving from theoretical threats to concrete business conflicts requiring immediate resolution. Natural language design interface adoption. Anthropic's focus on natural language design commands represents a fundamental shift from traditional interface-based design tools toward conversational AI interactions. This approach could democratize design capabilities by enabling non-designers to create functional prototypes through simple text commands, potentially expanding the total addressable market while threatening specialized design tool vendors. The success of this interface paradigm will influence broader software development trends, as other application categories may adopt similar natural language interaction models to compete with AI native alternatives.
What should developers and operators do with this information?
Audit current design tool costs and document workflow dependencies within 30 days to establish AI alternative comparison baseline. Monitor Anthropic's design tool announcements and apply for beta access when available to gain early competitive intelligence. Create pilot project budgets for testing AI design tools with 2 to 3 month evaluation timelines before making platform decisions. Establish relationships with multiple design tool vendors by Q3 2026 to maintain competitive options during market transition.
Thank you for listening to leadai.dev. Stay tuned for our next daily updates in this rapidly emerging market.